Hello again, everybody. So today I'll be making a video on how clan battle actually works in the JP version. Actually, the second time I'm recording this because the first time I honestly did a really bad job at explaining this. So let's just get right into it. So first and foremost, we need to farm some attempts first. And to do so, we need to spend 900 stamina. It will give you a total of 3 attempts in total. So let's do that right now. And since this is the second time I'm trying recording this, I'm actually out of stamina. So let me just do this really quickly. I know I'm spending jewels, but it's fine. And there we go. We have all our 3 attempts, and we can go back to clan battle now. So yeah, every boss over here has their own score multiplier, as you can see from this number over here. Every time you fight against one of these bosses, your score or your damage will be multiplied by the score multiplier over here. So in this case, for example, it will be multiplied by 2.2 times. And everyone has their own multiplier, as you can see. So I recommend doing the last boss if you want to make the most amount of points and be on the top of your leaderboards. So before you want to try actually fighting against the boss, you can actually choose this button over here, and it will let you train against the boss as much as you actually want without actually spending any of your attempts. You can try all your teams, try and figure out how the boss works and stuff like that. If you're having trouble coming up with a good team, you can actually see what your clan members are using by pressing this button over here. And you can see what everyone has been using so far. You can even see how much damage they're dealing and what skills are being used or bursts are being used at what time. And if you like someone, just check this checkbox over here and their team will always be showing for you anytime, even if some other teams actually are added to the list. And even if that doesn't help, you can also choose this option over here, and it will show you what other players, like not necessarily from your guild, are using for the actual boss you're fighting. These tabs show for different player levels. For example, this one is for people that already at level cap, this one for, I guess, halfway there, and this one for kind of beginners and stuff like that. And also, if you like some team, just check this checkbox and the team will always be showing over here, even if you refresh the list by pressing this button. Okay, next, you can also actually change the difficulty of the boss by pressing this button. The difficulty you can actually choose will depend on what tier the boss is currently at. In this case, the boss is at tier 3 right now, and making it so the difficulties that you can actually choose can only be from the tiers below tier 3. So in this case, tier 1 and 2 and 3, of course. If the boss was at tier 4, you could choose tier 3, 2 and 1 as well. Tier 4 is the max tier right now, so don't worry too much about it. If you actually defeat a boss, let's try defeating a boss in a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you actually lower your difficulty, your score will still count, but you won't be actually able to claim these rewards in case you defeat the boss. Okay, next up, what's probably the most important thing right now? Let's copy a team over here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you can actually go over here, copy a team by pressing this button. It will set the team immediately for you. Let me actually see if I'm actually... No, I'm not. I'm in training mode. Let's go to the serious mode. Yes. Let me actually also equip any equipment that I might have. You can just press this button. It will optimize everything for you, and easy like that. If you do choose the actual serious mode, not the training mode, you won't be able to quit once you get in the clan battle, so be careful with that. You also can't put the speed at ×3 because we do want this to be as consistent as possible, and the actual 3 times speed might actually give some frame rate issues. Hopefully this boss doesn't give us any problems and we can just defeat it. That way I can actually show you guys what I mean when you actually defeat a boss. Or what I actually want to talk about, not what I mean. This might actually be quick. The boss is dying rather quickly. Yep. Ultima Sabaron. Hopefully this doesn't deal any damage. Yep. Oh, and of course, as the bosses get defeated, their level over here will increase over time, making them harder and harder as time goes on. We should be almost done with this guy. And there we go. So as you can see, I was actually able to defeat the boss, and since I was able to defeat the boss, the game will take my time and add 20 seconds to it. Over here, as you can see, now I have 1 minute and 12 seconds. And what that does, don't worry about this. Any second now. Yeah. That happened because now everyone is at like level 15. So yeah. Oh yeah, actually each boss can actually be defeated a certain number of times until they get they become unavailable in a way. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about. If you actually can defeat a boss, your attempt will not actually be used up just yet. As you can see, now that I was able to defeat a boss, and once I press the button to fight the boss, this prompt will show up, showing you your previous attempt. If you want to still use the same attempt without spending any other attempts, you can choose this option over here. It will select everyone on your previous team. If you want to, you can choose a different team. And once you use this attempt, even if you defeat the boss again, this thing won't happen again. You can't actually reuse this attempt again. You can only reuse attempts once. But if you don't want to reuse your attempt, you can choose this option over here. You can use a different attempt, and the time will actually start from 1:30 instead of 1:12 if you choose this one over here. So I'll choose this one and show you guys what I mean. Let's try and use a different team. As you can see, now that I'm using Jun, this game is telling me if I use this attempt now, and finish the actual fight. Once I finish the fight, every character in here will be unusable until the game resets, I guess, until tomorrow. So and notice I'm doing a second fight, but I'm not using a second attempt. I'm still using the same attempt I was using before. So I should still have 2 attempts left for all of the other bosses that I want to fight against. Nice, I was actually able to defeat the boss again. Now I can show you guys what I meant by only being able to use an attempt, or reusing an attempt just once. As you can see, I still have 2 attempts over here. I didn't use up an extra attempt, only used 1 attempt. And now the same prompt doesn't show up, even though I actually defeated the boss. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you about. I guess over here are what everyone has been doing so far. Over here is your current place inside your guild, and this is your guild ranking. So my guild is at 4,000 place, I guess. Oh, and this is your attempt so far. You can also train against the bosses over here if you want to, even though you can just choose a boss and click this button anyway. Oh, right, over here you can actually choose a higher difficulty. So if you want to still practice against it, it is. So yeah, that's everything that I need to talk about, I think. Oh, wait, I actually didn't mention. I said before that you can only defeat a boss a certain number of times until they become unavailable. And once someone becomes unavailable, a boss becomes unavailable, you'll have to defeat every other boss until everyone else also becomes unavailable, and then everyone will become available again at the higher level. So yeah, that is pretty much everything now. I hope this was helpful for anyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.